Not gonna lie, it's been a while since I made a video, like for real. There's like a little button that lets this, there we go. Whoopsie. So yeah, as the title says, last video of 2020. This is the last video of 2020. What a crazy year it's been. I don't think anyone can deny the madness that everyone has been experiencing here for the last 10 plus months. But I thought, you know what? I haven't done a video in a long time. I've been letting my YouTube channel kind of go to the wayside, and I've been busy. What's going on, Dirty 42 North? Or N, star N. What's up, Ian Carnell? We got a few people coming into the room now. All right, all right. Got a few. I want to announce, first of all, that I am going to be doing a hash church in New Year's, on Sunday. Heavy Ice is in the house. There was Kilroy, Tony Negg. All right. I really mostly just wanted to hit a couple of bowls with you guys. Got some beautiful bubbly hash, little strawberry banana for the head right there. Salutations. Oh, we got about 50 people. There's Bingo Lombardi. Yeah, just a short little video. I just wanted to puff a few bowls with you, kind of share a little bit of, the end of 2020. It's been an incredibly intense year, obviously, with the global pandemic and everything getting closed. And at the same time, on the flip side of things, business has been quite intense. We've been working really hard over at Embark Health, and we're excited about everything that's going on there. And I can't wait in the New Year's to be able to share more with you guys in regards to what I'm doing over at Embark Health. I don't really need, do I? There's nobody else talking. I don't think these are so important. Why don't we have a little dab? You guys want to do a dab? Shout out to Dustin Revere for busting out my little droplet. I love this pipe. Love this little pipe. I think he did such a great job on it. He wants that secret tech pretty bad. What? Who does? Sorry, I missed that. I missed that. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Lots of people want, but wanting and earning are two different things. Ain't that the truth? Dabs away. Shout out to Bubbleman for keeping the vids going through 2020. I've been pretty shitty at it, Johnny. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been doing too much for videos. I feel that it's kind of a bummer that I haven't had the energy and the time because I'm so focused on doing other things, but you're going to see more of me in 2021. You're going to see more of my projects and what I'm doing in 2021. And in the meantime, let's get this party started. I do have a life. It's true. Everyone's got to earn, Dirty. Everyone. I have not been hitting the mountain yet, unfortunately, but I'm planning on going tomorrow or the next day. I think Saturday. Rosin comes out how it comes out. There's so many different things to... Oh, thanks, Katie. There's so many variables. I'd have to start asking you a million questions. And, yeah, it's best to just post that in one of my groups and we can talk about it there. Good vibes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little shit starter, eh? This is a banger I got off a shop called The Bong Shop. So shout out to The Bong Shop. They gave me this banger for $40. It was a really good price. I have, obviously, crazy reactors from Toro, and I've got the Terp Slurper from Toro, but this pipe is a 10 ml, so none of these 14s fit. So I had to go get myself a 10 in the meantime. Let's see. So this hash is literally like glass. It breaks and it shatters. So you kind of got to put your dabber in, at an angle. Put your finger over it. You hear that? Makes that little cracking sound, and then gives you a nice little bubsy bubs there. So let's see what we got. Got my temp tech here. Yeah, I'm hoping on doing more videos. It's just I got so busy with my own work, and building a company like the one we're building at Embark has been really intense. Incredible group of people. Oh, you did no harm, Ridge Patch. I think Bingo was just busting balls as well. It's all gravy. But yeah, lots going on. 2021 is going to be an interesting year. I hope to bring it in the mountains. Be in the mountains, enjoy myself, get out on the snowboard, get out on the sled. I haven't done much of that stuff for a long time. Oh, here we are at 580 degrees. So this is a little baby one right now. This is Bubble Hash. And shout out to Sweden. Shout out to everyone. Why don't you tell me where you guys are all from? There's 99 of you in the room right now, and I'd love to see a little breakdown on where you're from. Once we're done where you're from, then I want to see what are you puffing on. So let's do where you're from right now. Oh, we got those Californians. We got those Cali peeps. Ooh, Tulsa. Flint, Michigan. Damn, how's the water? Ontario, Germany, Michigan, Cranbrook, BC, New Zealand. That's what's up. NCFL, Southern Oregon, Salford, UK, Rhode Island, AZ, 303 Denver, Iowa, Minnesota, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Big love from Camano Island. England, American Samoa, Texas, baby, New Zealand, another New Zealand. Look at that. That's the other side of the goddamn world. I love it. Massachusetts, Florida, Shuswap. That's what's up. Texas, some no-name baller jar. Earth surface dwelling earthling. I like that, James. I like that a lot. All accurate. Doesn't quite, it lets us know where you are in the universe, but not so much on the planet. Quebec, Félix, ça va? Many love from Florida, grow healthy. Early for who? Trimmed a lot in Takilma. Sup, Marcus? Niagara. Wow, okay, cool. All around. Okay, we've heard where everyone's from. Now I'd love to hear what everyone is puffing on. What you puffing on? Brazil. I was puffing on this strawberry banana. God, it just smells like pure heaven. It's ridiculous. You know it. Best soil around. TKO, GMO, Dry Sift, East Coast, North Cal, Widowicks, Tangerine Dream Rosin, Wax Chem Pucker. Man, it's nice to spend some time and see all of you guys here after so long of not just somewhat being disconnected. I haven't been posting on Instagram much. I haven't been posting on Twitter much. I haven't really been doing, I go into Facebook groups and I try to stay as active as possible there. But in reality, I have not been doing a ton. He doesn't know what they call it, but it's the best. That's all that matters, bro. That's all that matters. Blissful Wizard Crumble. So, what to talk about? I have been enjoying some good books lately. I just finished The Art of Living by Thich Nhat Hanh, Buddhist who passed away a few years ago. If you want to really rid yourself of some of the Western mentalities and belief systems and foundations that sort of set you up for this utter and complete annihilation later on in life, generally the attachment thing, becoming really attached to people or pets or just anything that you love. If you become super attached to it and then you don't really believe that energy can move on after it's passed away, you're setting yourself up for this death moment that can be pretty heavy for most people. So I liked what that book shared. Very calming, intelligent and wise information being shared. And it did it in a way where you kind of get to think about it and you're like, yeah, this is, Johnny B's doing great. And I have not read The Surrender Experiment, but give me your lists and I will read them all. I'm reading now The Immortality Key. And The Immortality Key is sort of this book about basically that religions were spawned from this unnamed religion that used psychedelic mixtures to inspire its members. This is how all of these other religions kind of came out, but, these staunch, and it used to be run by women, all of these ceremonies. The men priests came in, the Paleo-Christians came in, the earliest Christians, and sort of split that whole thing, got rid of these plant sacraments, introduced the alcohol version of them without the actual ergotized rye or whatever else was going on in these. I have read the DMT Spirit Molecule, absolutely. I just read Michael Pollan's How to Change Your Mind as well. psychedelic book. And yeah, I listen to Audible. I drive a lot back and forth to my lab, so I crush a book a week these days. So it's really great. I used to live in CG. Witchcraft you talking about? I'm a witch. What's up? Much love from the Caribbean. That's what's up, Trey Flip. Much love from the Caribbean. Thoughts on the toad? Would you try? Yes, I would try. I would try. Lately, the mushroom's been calling me. She's just calling me back. Maybe it's a she, maybe it's a he, maybe it's a they. I don't know. But the mushroom energy has been calling me back into its surroundings. So we'll see what happens with that. I found some beautiful patches of mushrooms this year. Beautiful, like some of the nicest I've ever found in my life. So that kind of called my attention back into. So I, took some spore prints and shared them with friends and ate a few little mushrooms and, looked into some of the mushroom companies that are now out in Canada that are working towards, different. I would love to see psychedelics replace a lot of the sort of pharmaceutical drugs that are currently used in psychiatry. I'm a bit afraid of those drugs and the way they mess with brain chemistry. And I think that I'm not trying to get rid of all those drugs, but it would be really amazing to see a psychedelic emergence come to a place where, people could use psychedelic plants, fungi, compounds to work through different traumas. We all have traumas, major traumas, and it's insane that as a young kid I got to learn that by taking high doses of psilocybin mushrooms with my friends, and then we got to figure out which one of us is, had the most traumas, which of us had the most trauma, because those are generally the people that lean towards the heavier. What one might dub as a bad trip if you didn't learn from it. It doesn't mean it has to be pleasant always. I think the thing about psychedelics that it doesn't, as Terence McKenna said, it does not bathe the ego in a cloud of certitude. And when the ego is not bathed in a cloud of certitude, it's uncomfortable. And when the ego's uncomfortable, all sorts of twitches and little weird things can erupt out of the body. And that's why ego disillusion, ego death is definitely one of the high values of psilocybin and LSD and DMT and so many other compounds. Ayahuasca, which is basically a couple of different molecules together. I think it's like dimethyltryptamine and harmine and harmaline, which creates this synergistic spin on the electrons. Dennis McKenna wrote about it with Terence in, was it in Archaic Revival? No, it was in, it's right on the tip of my tongue. One of their earliest books. I can picture the cover. I'll get back to it. How do you feel about Ibogaine? I think Ibogaine has a lot of power as well. Very, very powerful compounds. There you go. Invisible Landscape. Bingo, Cassidy. That's exactly what it was. I read every single Terence McKenna article, paper, vlog, book, and listened to almost all of his lectures back in the 90s when I first got turned on to him, the early 90s when I started growing psilocybin mushrooms. Even the spores themselves we had ordered from, my partner at the time ordered them from Terence and Kat McKenna in Hawaii. They had a company called Syzygy. And so the Syzygy spores came to us and we produced them, and it was just a wonderful thing. It felt like we were doing our society, some value, living in this incubator of alcoholism and drug addiction. It was nice to see some people make different choices. And it seems to break down as simple as vibration. The vibrational frequency on some of these compounds versus the vibrational frequencies on the compounds that seemingly there's an agenda for us they want us, these are the legal good drugs, like we want you to smoke lots of cigarettes, and drink lots of coffee so you can be really productive. And when you go home, you know what? Swig a 6-pack of beer or a Mickey of vodka and wake up tomorrow and do it all over again. Well, mushrooms and cannabis are the enemy to that mindset. And I'm not saying that there's not maybe some enjoyment for someone to do that in their life one day here and there. I have no idea because I don't really use those drugs. But once again, I wouldn't fight for those drugs to be removed or taken away. Everything should be allowed. It should all be human choice. But to manipulate on one way. Terrence McKenna sounds great. Terrence McKenna will inspire you, bro. Trust me, even this many years later, 30 years later, after getting turned on to Terrence and his writings and his friends, Ralph Abraham, the fractal mathematician, Rupert Sheldrake, the cell biologist. They also have great books, but really the best is the trialogues at the Edge of the West, where Terrence and Rupert and Ralph all sit together and they just spin and talk. It's really, really awesome and definitely worth checking out. So yeah, what else can we talk about here? It was a big year. I mean, obviously this whole COVID thing was absolutely insane and has shut so much down, and it's kind of created a division and a polarity, as you can imagine that it naturally would, which is intense because people are really they're wound tight and they're ready to go on either side. So it's good to stay on the fence. Terrence also said that once you believe one side of something, you automatically can't believe the opposite side of your belief system. So belief systems are actually the anchor of mankind. You want to be able to understand and have knowledge. That was my colleague. There we go. We're back. Sorry, I got interrupted there. I got a call. But yeah. Anyway, maybe I'm getting a little too heavy. Like I said, I've been reading all sorts of fun books. It's good to read. If you don't have time to read, check out like Audible or any type of, these sorts of websites where you can download audiobooks and listen to them. They're pretty good. I'm not going to lie. There's some good ones. There's a lot of good people out there who are intelligent, who are putting out amazing information. And if you dig for it and if you set off on that path, you will find it. Must be something to do with the long-term effects of alcohol on the brain. Yeah, not just the brain, the body, society, like everything. Well, Uber, have you, I don't know where and around that area you would, that's the thing. They got to make these things legal. So, you can just order them up and have them delivered. I mean, for us, we're very lucky. We have 5-6 different varieties very close to my home that I can go and pick, mostly this time of year, generally kind of October 1st to December 30th is generally the time you can find psychedelic mushrooms growing in British Columbia. We have the Liberty Caps, which are, of course, the Semolinciatas. They're tiny little bell-shaped, little tiny bell shapes, kind of pointier bells. Not to be confused with the baeocystins, which produce baeocystin and norbaeocystin, which are kind of a visual psychedelic compound, different from psilocybin and psilocin. But it also produces those two compounds, and it is called baeocystin or bluebells. We also have stunsies, we have azarescens, we have cyanescens. So we have a good variety, and those are just the ones I know. Here, let me just text my friend and tell him to come on in. That's my dog barking away. Well, thank you, Joseph. I appreciate the positive words. Yeah, stunsies are, they're the weakest. If you were to pick stunsies, you can, you can eat a few of those that won't get you to a different planet. But if you mess around with azarescens and cyanescens and eat too many of those, you will definitely break through like 100%, like right through, and breach, produce and create that ego death. Anyway, listen. Happy New Year, everybody. I got to get going. I forgot I have to go meet him because of COVID. He's not allowed to come into my house, but we will talk really soon. May the full melt bless your bowl sooner than later. And thanks for tuning in. Peace, everybody.